Y'all, it's Crafty Hope here, and welcome to day 6 of ICAD. ICAD stands for Index Card a Day. It is the brainchild of Tammy Garcia, whose website is Daisy Yellow, and her Instagram handle is Gypsy999. So you can find all the information about ICAD from her on her website. I'll have that information below. But basically, you just take an index card or some other kind of small substrate and throw some mixed media stuff at it and create. She offers up weekly themes and daily prompts. I'm also using the mixed media ICAD prompts from Anina Fickett. So those are all options. You don't have to use the prompts at all. Really, this project runs June 1st to July 31st. And the idea is just to spend those 61 days creating. If you miss a day, so what? Move on, do 2 the next day. Don't, miss a couple days, whatever. You don't have to complete the full 61. This is supposed to just be about exploration and fun. So that's what I like to think of it, because these small substrates are really a fun little place to experiment. So today, the Daisy Yellow prompt is Daydream, and the Mixed Media ICAD prompt is Summer. At least that's what I have written down. And I kind of thought those went really well together. Thinking of like a summer daydream or summer dreams or something along those lines. And that can be interpreted in like what you want to do during the summer, or even like what you're thinking of. Like, are you thinking about winter and how stupid hot it is and you just want it to be winter again? But I always, when I think about summer and dreams, I think about the beach or being on the water and all of that. So I pulled out some blues and kind of a beige sandy color that I thought I might use on this card. But I don't really, we'll get to what I actually use. I started with some collage. I'm using my scraps, trying to use up some of my scrap boxes. And so I collaged down a bunch of scraps. You can see that piece at the bottom is a piece of embossed and painted paper that I used in one of my assemblages. I'm going to put a link to that in the upper right. It's a super cool assemblage, so I'm going to direct you to that if you're interested. So once I got all that collaged down with my Oohoo glue stick, I felt like stitching. I had the itch to stitch, y'all. I'm such a dork. Sorry about that. Um, and looking up at my pincushion, I saw that I had a needle already threaded with 3 strands of embroidery floss in this primary like yellow. And I thought, well, that's kind of summery and bright and sunshiny, so we'll go with that. So I'm just making 5 big X's on my card. And some of these holes I'm going to pre-punch just so I know where I want to go from the back side so that they end up looking like X's. Yeah, because otherwise who knows what kind of wonkiness I would end up with. So I thought I was just going to do 3 here. And you see I'm stopping and looking at it. And I decide, no, I got enough thread. I'm going to go ahead and do 5. And I should have looked up at my camera because my battery died there, but fortunately I heard it go off. So we got back on track here. Once I get all my little X's done, I'm going to just tie it off on the back. I might go back in later, y'all, and put some embroidery floss, not embroidery floss, this is embroidery floss, put some masking tape on the back just to cover that up. But for now, I kind of like the exposed stitching on the back. So we'll see. And I like, I like it. So I thought that this primary was really pretty. And I kind of am going to go with that, like a bright primary color. Like think about beach balls or umbrellas you see down at the beach, and you've got all those like bright and primary colors, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. And I've got that blue at the bottom, so it's kind of like watery. But I wanted something kind of sandy and to push back some of the collage. So I grabbed this Americana paint that I had on my desk. It's Oyster Beige is the color. And I'm just using a plastic palette knife to kind of just scrape that on there because I didn't want it to really detract from anything. I didn't want big paint strokes or even to mark make with it. I just wanted a touch of this color to push back some of that background. And then I'm going to dry this real quick. And then I decide I really want to grunge this up. I do like a grungy style. And so I've got my Stabilo all pencil there, and I went around the edges, and I've got a super watery paintbrush that I am pulling out and activating that Stabilo. So, and I'm going to pull it, I don't know, a little ways into the card actually. I'm going to go back around here, you see, and start just pulling it down the card. And then to kind of blur it out a little bit here, I'll grab a paper towel and just kind of wipe up the excess water and all of that. You see, just wiping it away. Do do do. So it leaves it a little bit grungier than I actually expected, which is great because I can use that for another time, but it was a little too dark. So, y'all, I'm doing it. I'm bringing in pink again. I used pink yesterday, and I am using, this is a Martha Stewart paint in Date Night Pink. And so I'm using that and just making some finger dots just to brighten this up a bit and get it to feel, like I said, kind of that bright, summery feeling to it. And then I'm going to push those back also just a little bit by blotting that paper towel on top of them as well. And I'm going to circle them with another Stabilo. This one's in graphite. And I'm just, going on instinct here. And as I'm sitting there looking at it, I wanted some blue. I wanted like a primary blue. So I'm trying to find it on my desk. Oh, it's a golden, and I think it's a fluid, and it's primary cyan is the color. And I thought right there, I got that paint all over my face. I don't even know how it got on my hands, but I wiped my hair back and I ended up with blue paint all over my forehead because that's how I roll. But anyway, I got that blue in a little palette tray, wet it, got a super wet paintbrush and just splattered on there to kind of bring that primary blue in. And since I had the yellow and the blue, I needed something red. And I realized I had these stickers that were all about dreams. And since the Daisy Yellow prompt is Daydream, I thought perfect. So I picked this sticker that says Dream Big on it, and it's got some of that blue that's kind of on that piece at the bottom. So I stick it down and go around it with my black Stabilo again, and I'll activate that. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that after all of this, I ended up re-gluing that sticker down with my glue stick just because it kept wanting to pop up. But that red was sticking out to me, so I thought I needed to bring more red into this card because it didn't make sense. That big red sticker didn't make sense. So I just grabbed a Posca paint pen in red, and I'm going to make some little scallopy things in a couple spots. And then this card will be done. Now, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. I'm going to try to get up my ICADs each day. I'm not going to promise that. I know at the end of June that's going to be a little tough because I'm going to be out of town. So we'll see. I may work ahead. I don't know. Let me know what you think, if you're playing along, and ask me any questions you've got. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for coming by and watching. Bye.